My Journey in IDT through ISTE Standards, My Final Exam by Angela Jarvis. Facilitate and inspire student learning and creativity. The way I promoted and supported modeled creative and innovative thinking and inventiveness was when I made a graphic organizer. It helped me not only realize that students needed to put their thoughts in an organized area, but it also promoted creativity because there's numerous of graphic organizers they can use, and I just learned one type. So doing this can promote creativity within students. Engage students in exploring real world issues and solving authentic problems using digital tools and resources. A couple things was the web quest. The web quest, actually, I had developed one, and it's where it's the students are given a scenario and they have to solve that scenario. They have to figure out what's wrong and how do they fix it. And that's a really good resource. And spreadsheets. We did an assignment on calories and intakes of fat and stuff like that. And students can learn how to be nutritious through this, and it can also be applied to the real world by having students apply money and real kind of scenarios you're giving these people so that the students can learn and grow from them. Promote student reflection using collaborative tools to reveal and clarify students' conceptual understanding and thinking, planning, and creative process. This, I felt like, was the comic strip. The comic strip really helped them reveal their own personal thoughts. Say we were discussing something about the solar system, or no, even the plant life. Students can depict how they interpret the plant life process, or how anything really. They can apply this to anything and explain how they came up with this, and it helps students understand that you can apply the knowledge you learn in different scenarios. Design and develop digital age learning experiences and assessments. Design or adapt relative learning experiences that incorporate digital tools and resources to promote student learning and creativity. When students develop a graphic organizer, they put in information that they may have already known or that they find, and they organize it in a creative way. It doesn't really have to be outside the norm, like, okay, here's your first thing, that's your introduction, your body, your thesis. It just helps students realize that there are more ways than doing it just this simple, plain way. You can have fun and create your own thing through learning. Provide students with multiple and varied formative and summative assessments aligned with content and technology standards, and use resulting data to inform learning and teaching. This is where we had to develop rubrics. Even though rubrics are a pain, rubrics are definitely most needed for a child to learn and promote where they need to go. When I was in school, I remember I used to look at that rubric and look, oh man, I need to improve on this, I need to do this. And it pretty much just gives feedback to the students of what the teacher thinks and how the teacher sees the student is progressing through the class. And also, it's very needed in the classroom. Demonstrate fluency in technology systems and the transfer of current knowledge in new technologies and situations. This is pretty much where I learned new things about the technology world, as in PowerPoint or Prezi. I learned that in class. Using this information, I was able to capture different aspects of my teaching lessons. I was able to do this throughout the entire semester, and it helped me develop or learn that students can do this too. It's so simple, and as long as the teacher knows how to work it, the students will know how to work it. You just apply it and they should grasp any concept you throw in front of them, like a Prezi. Prezi was really difficult at first, but now it's a very useful tool. You know, you have to guide your students in order for them to really use and understand new information that you're giving, especially if it's through technology. Collaborate with students, peers, parents, and community members using digital tools and resources to support student success and innovation. This is pretty much mobile learning, where students can go and explore their city or town and learn new things about it that they necessarily never knew about, such as going to museums and having, like, not a web quest but an actual quest. You know, have things on the internet website, your your class website, saying go to the museum at go to Brooks Museum and visit the Mona Lisa smile or something like that. You know, list the painting and describe it, or when was the cafe established, learn some history, talk to people. You know, really help students understand how important the community is, and they can also ask for help through peers and parents, because you don't necessarily want a kid doing this by themselves, so you set up maybe like peer groups, you know, oh, you four go to these places and we'll go over here, or get the parents involved with this. Help parents promote community learning through mobile learning. Promote and model digital citizenship and responsibility. Advocate, model, and teach safe, legal, and ethical use of digital information and technology. This is something that is very important for students to learn at a very early age, because they're in a world where it's so easy to copyright. It's so easy to copy and paste nowadays. They have just to press a few buttons and it's done. They need to learn how to properly cite and make sure that they aren't taking someone else's words, and make sure they also understand the consequences if they do take other people's words, because it can be very bad for them to do this. Address the diverse needs of all learners by using learner centered strategies, providing etiquette access to appropriate digital resources and tools. This is where I felt like WebQuest, or I was creating a lesson plan for the campus school, and I had listed websites on the campus school website, and those were appropriate tools for my age group, because it wasn't too intellectual to where they couldn't understand it, and it wasn't too low of a grade level for them to, you know, think it's too easy. And it also did not have any inappropriate photos or videos on the side screens of anything, because that we don't need students looking at that. And the WebQuest was an important tool because it allowed students to work at their own pace, and if they didn't finish, they could go home and finish it, you know, or work on it the next week. It's a very self-paced lesson. Participate in local and global learning communities to explore creative applications. Another was the mobile learning again, because it promotes community and learning about where you are in life. So if a student went to a different country, you can have this, except over there you can apply the same sort of questions, just somewhere else, somewhere in a different country. And they can also do research online before they even go. Contribute to the effectiveness, vitality, and self-renewal of teaching professions and their school and community. Teaching on the campus school was amazing. I had a blast teaching on the campus school, because the children, they helped me become a better teacher for tomorrow, because without having them here to help me, I wouldn't have known that teaching is something I really, really want to do. And teaching students is definitely something that we need. And throughout this semester, I'm so thankful I learned everything I did to prepare myself for that teaching the campus school, because Without that, I would have been a fish out of water. I wouldn't have known anything. And I'm really appreciative that I got that opportunity to go ahead and teach a class. My works cited page. This completes my journey in IDT. And this was an incredible semester for me in IDT. I learned so much information that I cannot thank you enough for teaching me. You helped me prepare myself to be a great teacher. I thank you so very much. My journey through IDT.